Now we have a very senior civil servant here who is going to join us to answer questions, and then Raymond is going to join us. Who would like to be the first person to put a question to the panel of four? Yes.
Well, just to follow up on the point made by Raymond and also by Diane and also by Graham. When we admit that most of the salt that most people take is not their choice, it's put there by the processors, it identifies, as identified in the Pharmaceutical Journal at the beginning of February, that this problem is exactly the same as the problem of passive smoking, the intake of a health hazard that you do not choose to take, you take by accident, but is still just as lethal as if you took it deliberately. And my question is this: where is the logic of correctly legislating against passive smoking and relying on the relatively ineffectual strategy of nudging instead of legislation to reduce passive salt consumption, which is probably doing far more expensive damage to patients and therefore to the NHS budget than passive smoking ever did to lung cancer?
Well, as I'm the only politician here, let me reply. I was on the Health Select Committee when we introduced the law to ban smoking in public places. I was a bit of a cynic. I never thought it would work. Well, it has worked brilliantly. Absolutely agree with Graham. I mean, what you were saying about people signing up to this, a little bit like the Leveson inquiry. Self-regulation has but our wonderful civil servant is going to.
Sorry.
Good afternoon. May I just respond to that by saying that we've had quite a lot of talk about ineffectual measures. I would encourage you to look at the statistics and look at the graph and to look at the international comparisons, which make absolutely abundantly clear that this country is the world leader in salt reduction, that this country has succeeded in reducing salt consumption to 8.1 grams, still significantly above where we need to get to, but a big reduction. That has been achieved not through legislation, not through the Control of Salt in Food Act, whatever. It's been achieved through the hard grind of discussion and voluntary action by business. That has really achieved results. No, it hasn't got us there yet, which is why the government yesterday published its latest salt plan, which will see further, as has been made clear by colleagues, which will see further action, further target setting to help carry on that momentum, as well as measures to take the case to the public, to persuade the public, to make exactly the sort of points that Raymond's been making about you don't need to use salt to have decent food. There are other ways of doing it. So there is a plan, there is action going to be taken this year. We have also made clear that if that doesn't work, we'll look at other ways of doing it, making further progress. But actually, we're looking to build on success, not starting from a position of failure here. Thank you.
Very good news. And I think Raymond wants to...
Well, it's obvious that the government really has to take the lead and legislate effectively that will create a level playing field amongst all the manufacturers. And as far as my concerned myself as a chef, I will do my very, very best to pass on that message by every means I have possible amongst my other colleagues, all my colleagues in Great Britain, so they also embrace those values because they make sense. Okay, so thank you.
Wonderful. Next question. Doesn't there have to be another question? Yes?
It's not also about educating children in schools from an early age. So from literally when they're able to speak and choose foods and getting it into school curriculum as well, going back to home ec and getting them to choose the right foods and then demanding the right food.
Very good. Two seconds, because it's marvelous that Mr. Gore has decided to support this initiative that we're talking about now. It's actually now it's part of the curriculum debate not at the level we'd like to see, but it's happening. Okay, we are going to reconnect our kids, our children, to that food connects with everything, environment, our health, what kind of society we're creating, what kind of agriculture we'll have tomorrow, will our little village have its post office or not, okay, etc., etc. So I think that's happening and it's really exciting.
Well done. Any other questions at all? Well, just to thank each and every one of you for attending this function this afternoon. We are very grateful to Waycap has organised the event. Very, very delighted we've got so many exhibitors here. But please remember, contact your local Member of Parliament. It's so important. 646 members of Parliament. If every politician was serious about this issue, every politician, then there wouldn't be a problem. So please, please do contact your local Member of Parliament and enjoy the rest of the reception.